Hey, Brian from Garage Wall. Today I have this nightstand. So I'll kind of give you an idea. That's about how big the box is. So let's open it up, see what we get inside, put it together, and we go from there. Okay, so from the overhead view, you can see it has quite a bit of parts to it. And that is your instruction manual. Put that off to the side. Let's open this up. This is going to be all our screws and our bolts. Screwdriver and an Allen key come with it. That's pretty neat. So again, lots of foam, lots of parts. Pull all the parts out first. Pull them out of the plastic. Seems like there's lots of layers in here, so let's dig deeper. Alright, lots of staticky foam. I brush myself off and I'll get some of these pieces spread out. It looks like these are just like some packing pieces that they put on. And since my studio desk is kind of limited here on space, I can't spread everything out and show you where all the parts are, but let's see how close we can get. These look like some of the drawer pieces. Everything seems like it's numbered pretty good, so that should make things super helpful and easy. Hopefully the numbers will correspond to the order in which they are put together. Here are some metal pieces. Numbers. Alright, so yeah, it looks like everything is numbered really well. Power strip piece. Put that off on the side. Some drawer slides. Looks like we just have about everything out of the plastic. Everything's spread out, so we'll see how this all comes together. A bunch of different packs of screws. So a knob, well, the knob pulls. It's actually pretty cool looking. So that's looks like that's packet B. Packet K, kind of spread them out. Packet C, B, packet Z, packet A, packet D, and packet W. Okay, so it comes with 2 sets of different Allen keys and a screwdriver. So let's start putting this together. Alright, so assembly instructions. So basically kind of gives you an overall labeling of whatever the parts and stuff are. And then how they go together. Kind of going step by step. So there's a couple pages to get through this. So let's start off with page 1. Alright, so first things first, you're going to grab parts 2 and 1, and we're going to put the feet on, and those were this packet right here. Alright, so screw these feet in. So they're kind of like levelers too, so if you have this nightstand next to your bed and your floor's a little uneven, you can use these to help like level that. Okay, so that's part 1. Put it on the outside. Part 2 goes here. And then we're looking at parts 5 and 4, which looks like that's one of the cross members. That's this. So it goes down on the bottom. And this goes along the part of the back. And then A, this is the A packet. Let's get our little handy dandy Leatherman out. So we need 4 A's. Looks like it needs that Allen key. Looks like, so if you're looking at it from the top view, it's going to kind of come together like this. Go through that hole. So kind of loosely get this piece together. And we'll just put loose together and we'll tighten everything up really good at the end. So that looks like the back piece. It's going to be facing out from the design. So it looks like that's how that sits. Looks like that'll sit this way here. Okay, good. Then we got these other bolts that will go through. Alright, so far so good. And again, we're just going to put this loose in case we have to switch anything later on. I mean, instructions are great, but sometimes you get instructions where they're they're not so great. So, or you find a part you made a mistake on. Alright, so now we can put these pieces together. It doesn't look like there's any type of specific direction these go on, so we'll just slip these on either end. And just double checking the orientation of all the holes. Yeah, so I think we're safe to put these together like this. Okay. Alright, so that's step 3. Moving on to step 4, which is going to be the part 11. So it looks like it's this piece under here. So that's part 11. What that kind of looks like. Then it wants that hole towards the back. And then, so you have some, you can see some small little drill holes here for bolts. So when you put the shelf in, you want to have that up, and it looks like it's going to probably float right around here. So let's find out what bolt we're looking for. So B, bolt B, which is this pack right here. Open that up. Make 4 of those. This takes your smaller Allen key fitting. And then it goes about halfway up, so there's a bolt right there for it. So we're going to kind of put that one in there. And we're just going to get a couple threads in to kind of hold that floating in the air. And we're going to put one on the opposite corner, trying to hold this up straight for us. And again, we'll put a couple threads in just to kind of get it maneuvered in its spot. Put one on this end. That is a little difficult to get that lined up, so be aware of that. Now we can tighten these down. And that looks like that goes in pretty easy. Alright, and again, we'll put it just tight enough in case we gotta fix something anywhere we make a mistake. Alright. And it pulls that together really nice. Okay, good. So that step is done. Now it's looking for this power strip, and it looks like it has the ground plugs facing out, but again, that's going to be wherever you desire, and that just pops in nice and easy there. And then that is looking screw K. Put these in. And I love that it comes with tools, so you can do this really easy. So that is your little that's your power pack screwed in. Zip along. Step 6. So we're going to move this out of the way for time being behind us. Alright, so step 6 is going to be setting up the drawers. So we need part 8 and 9. That's 8. And part 9. So you can kind of see the orientation of that. So we're going to need, right, so getting an orientation of this set. So there's a little screw hole here. And then there's another screw hole here on 9 at the back. And then you have the screw hole here up in the front. Then you have some screw holes here on top, which is going to be the bottom. Okay. Now let's get the drawer slides lined up. It's showing 2 other screw holes on the outer edge. I guess it means these, but in a drawing it just kind of has that situation. So I think we're going to set it up this way. So we got those holes in the back, and the drawer holes here. So it kind of lines up to that. So this is going to be where the wheel goes. So just to kind of give you an idea, so on the directions it's going to show 2 holes in the back. So it's actually not here, but it's on the back piece right there. So, alright, then it's going to look for your drawer slides. So you have a G and an I. F and an H. So it's calling for F and an H. So we are going to set these up where the wheel part is in the front. And then it doesn't really give you a direct orientation on okay, so if you can see from here, it wants that case screw in a second hole. So we're going to line this hole here, and then that should swivel to the first hole in the front by the wheel. Just to kind of make sure we got that orientated right. So we got 4 of these case screws out. Alright, so second hole. And I'll hold it up closer so you can get a better view. Now I'm going to cheat a little bit, so I'm going to use my power tool, so hang on. I'm going to set my torque way down. Alright, if you are going to use power tools, obviously set your torque way down because everything seems like it's pre-drilled, and it's you don't want to over torque it. Okay, so that's good. Use our screwdriver to finish the torque. Make sure it's tight but not over tight. Okay, good. So that part's done. So part 7, we're going to be setting these up like this, flip-flopping them. Okay, so we are going to look for part 7. It's going to want go through the top of it like this, and that is going to be with part bolt B. So we'll get these 4 bolts. We'll just kind of line them up a little bit. And that was with the smaller Allen key. And then we'll use I'll just put them down a little bit. Set that up. That's step 7. And then it's going to be E, which looks like it's going to be the back part of this drawer. Part 10. So that's part 10 right there. And orientation of this, it has some holes up here at the top. I'm trying to see where those go. Aha, so this part did go on backwards. So basically I'll explain that, how I did that. So we have 2 holes under here. Then we have the 2 holes here. I don't know if that was not clear in the instructions, or I made a mistake. And it's really not clear in the instructions. So anyway, we're just going to flip this part around. I'll set the torque up so we can go in reverse. Basically it goes around this way. Just get 1 screw in here to kind of hold that in its place. Okay. I got this one here. Here. Alright, let's make sure we got the orientation correct. Just get each end in. Okay, so now I think we got the orientation set. So this should be the back. So you got the 4 and that. So 10 lines up perfectly that way. And then we're looking for bolt E. Couple of those. Let's change our tip out real quick. Alright, so E goes in. It looks like these holes were supposed to be so they could hold these nice and snug. So and again, on this type of project, never over tighten the screws, because you can strip them out really easy. Okay, so it looks like that drawer is pretty well complete. Alright, so this wants to be put into the, we'll call it the superstructure of this. So you want to have the gate part at the back, and then this drawer piece will go towards the top, like so. And it'll be suspended from bolts on either side, and those are going to be bolts B again. So again, we'll put one at each opposite corner just to kind of hold it in the air. Turn it by hand, a couple threads. Then we'll go on this side. Do that. Two more in the corner. And that looks like it lines up really good. I was a little worried about that, but it looks like so far so good. Okay, cool. And that is that smaller Allen key again. So we'll just switch our bolt heads out here real quick. So that's good. So that was step 9. So we're almost done. Alright, so step 10 is going to be the tabletop, which is going to be part 6, which is this piece right here. Again, we'll look for all the different drill holes, everything else that comes on that. I think that's going to line up like that. So I know I'm kind of blocking the top view, but anyway, so you have these little holes right here. They're going to line up like that, and we will need bolts, bolts. Alright, so this is going to be kind of pushing it through, and lining that bolt head up. And it looks like it's pretty snug, so and what I mean by snug is it looks like there's not that much thread to grab. Actually, I think I'm going to do this inverted, just kind of help everything line up. So far, so good. That seems like a good strategy. Alright, so I think I got everything lined up. So that was your top, back in the upright position. So that seems like that was a pretty good trick. All right, so next is part 11. So we're gonna put this back behind us. And part 11, step 11 looks like it's gonna be the next part of the drawer. So part 15, just here. And 13 and 14, and you have these grooves on either side, so obviously you want to line those up like such, so that all kind of like lines up nice and straight. And then we're looking for bolt B times 4. Looks like we'll put these in. It's nice and easy. Do one side at a time. Just kind of put it on a little bit of an angle, but be careful how that sits. It will change to our smaller tip again. That's good that way. Do the same thing here. Just kind of get the thread started so it holds. Okay. Okay, good. Alright, so that's that drawer. Good deal. Alright, that's 11, so we're on to basically the last page. So 12 is looking for part 16, which is here. So let's slide that. Oop, that goes in that way, long ways. So it fits in real nice and snug, and then it's going to go for part 12. That way. Okay. And then it's going to look for part C, which is these little guys right here. And what they do is they basically, so you want to screw them down into this plastic piece right here. And we can use the included screwdriver. Screw these down till they're snug. And again, I think I'll cheat a little bit with my little driver thing. So get that nice and straight. Okay. Alright, so that will draw these in. Then you line these up to these holes. Give a little pop And then you're going to have these turn pieces right here. Part D. And these simply, they kind of go, you can kind of see like the opening. And then that's going to fit down in there. Fit down in there. And then with your screwdriver, you basically just turn and they lock that little piece into place. So then that's nice and tight and secure. Again, pop that down. Pop that down. Turn that, tighten that down, and that will lock that drawer in place, which is great. And we're going to put the little drawer knob in there. It looks like that's bolt M. Which is right here. Put that in the front, twist it, and then we just lock it with the screwdriver in the back. Alright, then that is your drawer. Pretty cool. Alright. Then it has sections for these other drawer pieces. The bolts are on the bottom, and you want wheels out. So I think I have these backwards. I think they're going to sit like that. With the wheel towards the back, they sit nice and even on there. Okay, and we're looking for the K bolts or screws. So we need 4 of those. And it looks like there's a lot of extra screws, which is great. Because I don't know about you, but when I put stuff together, I lose screws like crazy. So that is super handy. Alright, so we line this up here. Line that one up here. Let's get that screwed down. Okay. And let's get this one set. And you do not want to over tighten, but if you happen to over tighten, what you can do, quick little trick is you take your screw and then you just get a little bit of like moist paper towel and you just put it around that screw, just a little bit, and then you can put it into that screw hole and then you can retighten it down, and that saves you from having a stripped out screw hole. Anyway, alright, so it looks like that is done. And it looks like we are completely done with this project. And like I said, you do have a bunch of extra screws in case you lose anything. So, last but not least, is we'll put this drawer in. And let's see if I can't bring that more towards the front so everybody can see. So you're basically just kind of lining that up, go over the top, and then that fits in nice and perfect. Angle it up, you can pull your drawer out in case something falls in behind, but again, kind of lift it up halfway in the middle, drop it down, and then you are good to go. So anyhow, that is a pretty nice looking nightstand with a cool little drawer. Anyway, Brian from Garageable Hall with a cool nightstand. Be safe out there.